Hi team, this is George. I'm super excited to get started with our research project. Many of you have already jumped into class and been on the discussion boards and contacting me about some information you wanted for the class. So I am easy to get a hold of, and I appreciate all the effort that it takes for you to be an adult learner because I know it's not the only thing tugging at your time. So I want to make this a valuable project and a valuable time within our class. So to do that, one of the things we're going to do is we're actually going to perform a research project. So the first part of this, now it can be overwhelming if you look at the whole project. So it's nicely broken down into parts. And in there, there's a nice timeline that's important too. Week one. So if we try to do the whole thing in week one, we're probably going to overstress. So remember, it's broken down by week. I'll be here to walk you through it. Each week, I'm going to create a little video specifically for that week. And we'll hopefully just get through it that way, one step at a time. Now, feel free to work a little bit ahead. Don't get too far ahead, but you can work on week two once you're done with week one, things like that. And it is a fantastic opportunity to jump in and see what research is like. I've been lucky enough to be published by the APA, Division 47, with Sports Psychology Division, which was quite a feat for me because it took a lot of grit, stick to itiveness, perseverance. That was the biggest thing that allowed me to be published because once you perform a study, you write it up and you create this nice article and you think people are going to be accepting of it, well, it's all of our peers. So they all have opinions and thoughts, and it's going to get kicked back to you with revisions multiple times. So don't think just because you have these great results that it's going to be accepted by everyone. What happens is people look at it and they want clarity, 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 which is great because that's how our field grows. So as things get kicked back, turned around, shaped, and transformed, that's part of the process. So really enjoy that, especially as we go through this. And if you choose to research in the future, really enjoy how things change and morph. So let's jump in to week one. You will receive your research design category. I hope you already have that. I should have mailed it to you, emailed it through the message system in Moodle, and it should be on the announcement section as well. If your name is not on there, I apologize. I don't know why it wouldn't be on there, so I goofed. So if you don't see your name on there, please let me know, and we can remedy that very quickly. I'll put you in with a category. And we are going to have duplication. So don't be too concerned about um, selecting the same projects, things like that. There will be duplication because there's uh, 10 projects there and there's over 20 of us. So there will be some duplication. Don't worry too much about that. If I see there's too much duplication, then I might ask somebody, okay, can you change to this? But that probably won't happen, but just in case nobody is concerned. Now, your NIH certificate has to be done this week. You just come over here to week one. Oh, I missed it. So you just come over to week one. And it's coming. Here we go. Here we go. And then week one, you simply just click the NIH research certification and go through the process there. It's very good. It has some great information about why we need to be ethical as we research because in the past, people haven't been. So, in a nutshell, it's keeping everything so people do not get harmed, and that's our calling. Do no harm. So the NIH is due this week, and also the IRB full form overview to review it. And the topic sign up is the one that I want to talk about next because here are our project topics, learning a color experiment, all the way down to gender, singer preference. So what I did, I just did a quick Google search for non-experimental just to see what would come up. So I read our text, of course, and then I wanted to support everything that I learned from there and get some different information from Dr. Google. And it worked very well because this came up with the exact information that you need to make a decision on which one of these fit your specific category. So if I'm survey, for instance, or experimental, how can I do gender and singer preference? people prefer singers same gender? So could that be a survey? Certainly you could create a survey with that. Could you also have people listen to music and pick their favorite? Sure, you could do something like that as well. It just depends how you craft and create your study. And it all starts with the question that you're trying to answer and how you pose that question. So the question here, do people prefer singers of same gender as themselves? Okay, now I'm going to make a survey for it because I'm in the survey group, and this is what my survey will contain. I'm going to ask them what their favorite singer is, my male, female, and I'm going to make some comparison. What am I going to do? So it just depends how you look at it, how you focus on it. So I look forward to seeing what everybody's signing up for. If there are some discrepancies, I'll just go in and talk with people individually about maybe we should change this, maybe we should approach it in this fashion. This is research, so it is messy, it is sticky and gooey, and that's the fun of it. That's why we want to enjoy the process, because as we go through the process, week by week, we're going to gain new tools that hopefully we can use even just how we make decisions ourselves. So that's my hope, that we can apply this to real world as well as our research basis. So just to be clear, this week, all you have to do, did I get us lost? Let's go back to our timeline. For a research project, you're going to complete your NIH certification and your IRB handbook, and you're also, I'm trying to highlight it, I'm sorry, you can complete your NIH certification, review the IRB handbook, and you're going to submit the signed form indicating that you've read it upon completion. And the IRB is a big deal because we're actually going to be researching, we're going to be using some people, so it's important. No one under the age of 18, no one from any groups that can be exploited. So we don't want to have any ethical issues come about with this. So please do not perform any of the research gathering until I give you the okay with the IRB. And you don't have to go grab a huge sample population. We're going to be talking about sample populations, I believe it's next week. So since it's just like a practice run, you're just going to have to get people, things like that. Keep it simple for yourself so you don't add stress to what we're doing. And just so choose your project this week, complete the NIH certification, review the handbook, and submit the signed form. And that's it for this week. Next week, we're going to create the informed consent form, consent draft, and I'm going to give you a big thing that has always helped me in any IRB handbook, no matter what institution you're working for or researching for. They have an informed consent form. There's one from Wagner College. Always use your informed consent, highly important. And to get things expedited quickly and moving forward, if you use whatever comes from the IRB handbook, whatever that organization wants, guess what? It gets approved faster because people, they know what they're looking at. They're looking at the boilerplate, and you just add your 1 or 2 paragraphs that are required explaining the study that you're doing. So it's a great way to go about it. I would recommend that, but feel free to rewrite one yourself if you want to take that on, though. And I'm actually doing a study right now, so I just wanted to show it to you. It's on the 21st Century Learner website. I'm not advertising for anybody to come and take it. Don't want to. That wouldn't be ethical if I did that. Just wanted to show you what this study looks like, because it's an actual study that's going on. We're looking at micro and social learning and how it works to create a better learning environment and drive learning deeper. So the first thing, take a look, informed consent right there. So people sign it right on the Google Doc. Then we jump into the micro learning, which is an interactive video. Feel free to go in. I'll post this link and take a look at this stuff if you like, just so you can see what a study that's in its infancy, just starting, kind of looks like. And then step 3 is social learning. We chose the tool Flipgrid to come in and use for social learning. There's me with my unshaven self. And then the survey to see the impressions of the people that took it. And feel free to go ahead and take a look at the survey. So anybody want to take a guess what type of experiment we're running here, what type of study we're running here? Well, I'll leave that up to you for any discussion, but feel free to come in and look at this because it's an actual study that we're doing. I'm doing with 2 other people here at APU, and we're trying to get information on social learning and micro learning and look at the effectiveness of it for actual skills. So in this case, these folks are learning how to write learning objectives. So that's what we're doing. And does it correlate to what we're doing here? Absolutely, because you'll see that when we do research, we want it step by step by step by step. So I hope that's not information overload. If it is, 760-912-9242 is my phone number. Feel free to give me a call, text, or email. And remember, this week, just concern yourself with week 1 timeline. And once that is complete, then start looking at week 2, which we're going to write our informed consent. So if you have any questions, I'm easy to get a hold of. Please do. And I really love research. I hope you can hear it in my voice. I tend to talk kind of slow, so it may not be coming across, but I do love research. So enjoy the process. And any questions, give me a call. And I believe Wednesday we're going to be having a live session, so I'll post that in the announcement.